Woo-wee, yabba dabba doo. Hey folks, it's Saturday night. I'm in the Target parking lot. Sober. Of course, we'll talk about that later. This is a podcast anybody could do. You talk about your week. You try to make it sound exciting, like you have things going on, but you really don't. And then you do some bad topical news puns, and there you go. Try to do this podcast in 15 minutes, and that's it. No one gets anything. No guests, no nothing. So pretty much to talk about the week. Monday I had my open mic over at Weenie's. It was pretty cool. I had a few new comedians come to the room. You know, there's a couple comedians who haven't been there in a while, and some regulars, and I ended up having about 11 comedians. The third open mic in a row. I had double digits. Most open mics get way more comedians than me. And as far as an audience goes, I think by the end of the show I had about 6 or 7 audience members, which was pretty cool. So it was a pretty good turnout, and I had 2 beers that night. And, yeah, that's all I can really say about it. You guys saw I recorded, I put up 3 shorts. One on the Josh Jack channel, one on the Jack Comedy channel, one on the Josh Jack Network channel. And all 3 of those shorts hit over 1,000 views, which is pretty good. On the Josh Jack Network channel, Jack Comedy channel, it looked like I wasn't going to get that many views at first. But then it just started going up, so that's pretty cool that, like I said, thousands of people are watching me slay these bad jokes. Once again, you might say, why would you put up some bad jokes? Why don't you go fuck yourself? I think it's pretty cool that, like I said, thousands of people, or whether they like the jokes or not. I'm sure most people didn't like the jokes, not the best jokes. But anyways, so that was Monday night. I was happy with the turnout. I thought it was a good night. And that's that. My little open mic over at Weenie's. All I have in comedy, folks. And then Tuesday, I went to the gym and got a Chipotle bowl, blah, blah, blah. Wednesday was the last open mic at this open mic called 1675. That's the open mic where I dropped the N-word 2.5 years ago. I decided not to go because last time I went, the host was an asshole to me. And he kept bringing up the fact that I dropped the N-word. And on top of that, it's the last one anyway. So I said to myself, well, screw it. It's the last one. I don't need to go. So instead I went to this brewery place I went 2 weeks ago. It's Music Mike. And I went there, and they were in a drum circle whacking each other off, these guys. And then I asked this guy, was like, do you want to go up? And I said, I don't play the drums. I tell jokes. He says, oh, we'll see if we can get you up. So I didn't have a beer because their beer costs $8. And it tastes like crap. So I just got a club soda. The bartender didn't charge me, so I gave her $3 anyways. And, actually, I gave her $5, whatever. And then, I ate something before here. Oh, yeah, I went to, Raising Cane's before I went there. First time in about 2 weeks since I had Raising Cane's. It's not my favorite fast food place, but I do like it. And then, so I fucking waited, and then I waited all night, and then it was weird. It was a really bad rainstorm Wednesday night. Really fucking bad rainstorm. It was coming down like cums and dogs. Just fucking crazy. I'm surprised I made it there. I drove over some floods. At the time I got to the place, it was so weird. The flood stopped. The rain stopped. So, pretty much, the host offered me some food. He was like, hey, somebody bought me a tuna fish sandwich. Do you want it? But I already ate. So I was like, no, I'm good. And I waited. The Phillies got blown out. Ha ha. Fuck the Phillies. Fuck you. And that was great to see. Cincinnati. Shout out to the city of Cincinnati. They spanked their ass. What was it, like 8-9-0 or 8-9-1? Fuck the Phils and fuck Philly sports. So anyways, I waited all night, and the host goes, you want to go up now? But it was like 10 o'clock, and I was in a bad mood. I don't know why. I was just like, it wasn't fun. The open mic just wasn't fun. No one was paying attention to anybody. It wasn't like the Royal where it's like more intimate and people pay attention. So I said, I don't want to go up. And the guy said, you waited all night. And I said, you know what, I already prepared a couple jokes. He says, well, just do the jokes. And I said, you know what, I'll come back in 2 weeks. And the guy went, okay. So I just ran out of there. Pretty much wasted the night. Could have went to 1675. But you know what, I'm glad to go to 1675 because last month when I went there, he took pictures of everybody. And he posted everybody except me. So fuck that guy. Fuck him. So that was Wednesday night. It was kind of a waste of a night. Drove out in a rainstorm just for some Raising Cane's and watched some bad music open mic. But you know what, fuck it. I got out the house. Oh, yeah, so I recorded the freestyle when I was there. The guys were banging the drums, and I took out this recorder, and I started freestyling. You're going to hear it. I'm going to put it in the podcast right now. Boom. Yeah, I'm at this open mic. Yeah, about to do it right. Got the damn drum solos, drum circle, Han Solo. This ain't Star Wars. Never mind doing this ain't fucked up when I'm not on the mic. People say you ain't gonna do it right. Yeah, flash flood. People know it's not about blood. Drove in the rainstorm. People know you're gonna swarm. Josh Jack, here to blow it up. At the brewery, here to slow it up. I'm drinking a goddamn club soda. People know that I'm gonna do it like a pea soda. I'm in the corner talking to myself. I didn't make the drums and I'm walking to myself. Use a guitar, and he's sipping on the beer. And I'm doing this shit like I see so clear, yeah. Freestyle, let's blow it up. Fucking freestyle, let's go it up. Not on the mic, these dudes don't wanna hear me. Try to do comedy, they don't wanna clear me. Stage time is valuable. They don't even know I'm valuable. Fuck this shit, fuck this shit. Oh yeah, I fuck this shit. So, there you go. That was Wednesday night. So then, the power of editing, folks. The power of editing. Then Thursday night, I didn't even feel like going to the gym. I was tired. I think I whacked off the night before, but I forced myself to go. I went to the gym, made out a full workout, got a Chipotle bowl, and then Friday I decided to come to the Target parking lot where I'm at now. First, I stopped over at Taco Bell, and I got 2 of the new Taco Bell steak burritos for $3 each. One was good, one wasn't. Find out next week, folks, when I upload the blog, which one. And then I went to the beer store, and I got a can of Yingling, which is not the highest IPA, because you guys remember a few weeks ago, I got 4 Loko, and I almost got sick. I don't know how I didn't puke, and I don't know how the hell I made it home, and everything else. So I got a Yingling for $3. I recorded some stupid videos for my YouTube and TikTok for next week, and I pretty much hung out at the parking lot for about 2 hours, and I got home around 10 o'clock last night. I watched Dexter. The 2 shows I'm watching right now, so I'm watching Dexter. I'm hanging in there. Dexter Resurrection. It's not as good as the original series, but it's better than nothing. And I'm also watching the Twisted Metal 2 series, Season 2. I just watched the first 2 episodes, and I hope by tomorrow night I can watch another 2 or 3 episodes. It's pretty good. You know, for those of you who have the video game like me for PlayStation 1, it was a cool game. It was a fun game. And then, so that was Friday night pretty much. And then, as far as, so tonight, Marco the Buffet guy invited me over his house in Ambler. Pretty much he invited me last week, but I didn't feel like going for whatever reason. I forgot why. I think I was drunk from the night before or something, whatever. That was my excuse today too. And I was going to take the train, but I looked at the website, and it said the train system might be down or blah, blah. So I said, I'm just going to drive. I drove there twice before for this open mic 2 years ago. So it was only it was only a 35-minute drive. I had to be on the highway for 9 miles. So that's right, folks. I took my hoopty on the highway for the first time in about 2 years or so. And it was only the highway for about, nobody really tailgated me that much. A few assholes went by me. And I got there, and his buddy Manny was there, who I met before. I met him many years ago. I met him almost 15 years ago at a meetup group. And we were just talking about the old pickup artist days and Old City and Center City and how great it was back then and all the good times. And we had some stories and stuff. He had barbecue. I had 3 cheeseburgers and a steak and some potatoes, and I was full because I had a steak earlier. And he had more food left over. He had pork chops. He had more steak, and I couldn't eat it. I was like, dude, I am full. And I got really tired, and fucking blood pressure went up because I ate too much today. And then we were watching this Tinder Netflix thing about this guy, I think, robbing girls for their money. But, it was a long documentary. It was like an hour and a half, and I was like halfway there. These 2 girls kept talking, more than me during this podcast. They just kept talking and talking. I got a headache, and I was just like, I was bloated. I was like, I need to get out of here. So, hung out for about 2-3 hours. It was nice to hang out. I was going to do a live stream, but his buddy was there, and I didn't know if he was okay with it. I could have asked him, but I didn't want to just start recording and have him uncomfortable, so I didn't do it. But maybe another time. I could always go back over there another time. Maybe we'd do a live stream. That'd be cool. And that's it. I drove all the way from there to here. I don't know why, just because it's Saturday night. That's when I get out the house a little more. I'm going to go inside and pee, probably get something cold to drink, and that's it. That's it. Unless anything else happens, I'll add it. But this is the first but yet worst comedy podcast in Philadelphia. It's your favorite podcast show that most people would not listen to. And unless anything else happens, it's time for your least favorite segment, the Odd News. All right, here comes your least favorite segment. Here comes the Odd News, you jerks. Library book returned after 82 years. Note says, Grandma won't be able to pay for it anymore. I guess it was signed by Bookman, the library cop, for you Seinfeld fans out there. The world's oldest chicken keeps surviving everything life throws at her. Man, that is one old cock. Sex is getting scrubbed from the internet, but a billionaire says you can sell AI nudes. They're getting rid of all the porn. That's a lot of porn, man. Gigabytes, terabytes of porn. Yeah. Called to ban intolerant child-free resorts and hotels in France. That sounds like a good idea. Listen to these stupid crying babies and kids running around. Hong Kong, Mexican woman, 31, member of Ramora people, competes for a 100-kilometer ultra marathon. Run in traditional dress. She ran in traditional dress and sandals. So I guess she was bearing it all. I used that punchline before. Paris-based startup allows couples to sell seats at the weddings to strangers tourists to help finance their event. Looking at the subreddit, make a picture that AI was a huge mistake. Everyone a sub has been driven. Football and falls as first humanoid robot launches a game in China. So robots are competing now. We don't need humans anymore. Oh, that's good to know. Romeo and Juliet using trucks and excavators to play the roles of the characters. Romeo, stuff good so far. Blind man can now see again. He stopped masturbating. That old gag. F-15 right along ejects while on the ground. A wild video shows the aftermath of the ejection. Let's see. Too hot trucker jumps off the bridge on Dutch highway, causing a great alarm. A too hot trucker jumps off a bridge on a Dutch highway. I guess he went Dutch on that one. That wasn't good. Worm invades a man's eyeball, leading doctors to suck out his eye jelly. So a worm went inside a man's eyeball. I guess, I don't know. Listen, it's not that easy. You guys do a podcast. You come up with jokes on top of that. See how you do. DJ trades wheels of steel for bars of iron. Carjacker can't drive a stick shift. Yeah, I guess he was stuck on neutral on that one. There's a joke there somewhere, but one mobile, hundreds of scams and millions of gains. The crook turned his cell into an office. Man accidentally poisons himself with bromide after taking dietary advice from GPT. Bromide? What is this guy in a bromance? What was that show called with the guys who's kind of gay? Was it called Bromance? Or something like that. Something about bros. It was pretty gay. It wasn't supposed to be gay, but it turned out to be gay. The Devil Wears Prada becomes reality. Okay, let's check out one more news site, folks. I didn't really get any good jokes out of this, but then again, that's almost every week. It says, a sex toy was thrown on court during a WNBA game. I guess they would tell that Indiana player to go fuck herself. There's not much really else. I think that's pretty much it, folks. Well, the show ends early. I say that's a good thing. We'll see you, folks, on the next one. Hopefully a prank call show next week. I can't promise, but yabba dabba doo. Go fuck yourself, Cuffy.